Hey everybody, Dr. Diane, your libido doc here. Today, we're talking about vibrator use as a way of healing neurological numbness or tingling or pain in your genital area. So this is for penis owners. This is for vulva owners. So whatever your anatomy is, vibrator use may be able to help you. In fact, the research on vibrator use and actually helping with erectile dysfunction and helping with vulvar and pelvic pain is so good that certain companies have gone as far as getting vibrators FDA approved for those conditions. In fact, this may mean that you can even use health savings accounts, HSAs, FSAs, those kind of things because of this. But the most exciting thing about FDA approval for these types of things is it shows how much these things can work. So this can be really simple, taking some sort of vibrator device. And for men, oftentimes this is used, the vibrator is used on the scrotum or on the penis itself. And essentially what we're seeing, what it looks like in research is the nerve, such as the pudendal nerve that goes to the genital regions. It's not the only nerve, but as an example, we're seeing that the pudendal nerve can lose some of its firing. It's like neurological connection to the brain can get lost. And this can be due to a lot of things I talk about on the channel. This can be to toxins and inflammation, metabolic diseases, and more, even trauma, right? But we can lose that connection between the brain and the genital tissue. And so what the vibrator is actually doing, the vibrator can actually help reestablish those connection points. And we see this for men as well as for women. For women, we want to remember that this can be true, that the vibrator can be applied externally, just on even the labia, that the labia actually, for example, the outer labia and the inner labia have a ton of sensation, right? These are erogenous zones. These are zones that can actually activate and really help with turn on. We can have orgasms from labia stimulation even. But oftentimes we see these erogenous zones lose their neurological connection to the brain, that firing of that nerve doesn't work. So taking a vibrator and applying it on the external tissue as well as internal can help to restore that connection, right? And so what can happen is we can get numbness that has been there for years or decades. We can get some of that numbness to go away. We can get that sensation restored because what we're bringing the brain nervous system back to that tissue and say, hey, pay attention. This is what's happening here. So there's so much medical beyond like pleasure and fun and play, which are also wonderful uses of these sorts of sexual toys and toys. I was talking to somebody recently around like, we need to change this word toys, right? Because yes, they can be used for play, but these types of devices are not just about play. They're also about literally healing your tissue and healing that nervous system connection point. So if you're experiencing numbness, especially if you're experiencing like the lack of pleasure in any of erogenous zones, you can use the vibrator to wake up these tissues and reset that neurological stimulation. And this could be for women too, like using the vibrator on other erogenous zones, right? Your nipples, for example. You know, we have erogenous tissue all over our body, our necks, our arms. You can use the vibrator all over the body, just placing it in various areas to wake up that tissue again and to restore that neurological connection. So much exciting research is coming out in these areas and really showing how much that we can do to heal these tissues ourselves. Again, if these tissues are numb, if you're not getting a lot of sensation, that's just a symptom, right? So we can heal from this symptom, bringing blood, bringing nervous system impulse back to these areas and really helping our body come alive again to the pleasure that it's capable of. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Please do subscribe. It really helps me reach other people. I'll see you next time.